Welcome, everyone. I'm Aaron Doffney, Chief Marketing Officer of the Wise Marketer Group, operator of the Wise Marketer, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the CRMC webinar series, which is now well into its third plus year. Today, we'll let you, quote unquote, get in on the secret as we learn how member research fueled the new VS and Pink Rewards program, which is content co-created by Victoria's Secret and Kobie for this series. You might be surprised to learn that 23%, nearly 1 out of every 4 organizations, don't have a clear marketing research strategy. I've spent my career in environments where data-driven decision-making is the norm, and so I was a bit shocked at this stat when I first came across it. For me, it's very clear on the magnitude of value that is gained by brands from capturing insights from surveys, focus groups, customer interviews, and other research mediums. And I believe that they are truly instrumental in fine-tuning customer experiences and then shaping of new products and services that the brand may develop. All of this to create relevant interactions with their customers and ultimately engender a sense of loyalty. We've 2 organizations that now know this firsthand, and that's who we'll focus on in today's conversation. Victoria's Secret is the first. Victoria's Secret & Co. is the largest intimate specialty retailer with more than 30,000 associates across a global footprint of, I think, nearly 1,400 retail stores within approximately 70 countries worldwide. VS & Co. consists of both Victoria's Secrets and Pink brands. Both of these share a common purpose of inspiring and uplifting their customers at every stage of their lives. They achieve this by offering a wide assortment of modern, fashion-inspired collections, including award-winning prestige fragrances and body care that make their customers feel good, both inside and out, whilst also taking on a drive for positive change. Kobie is a leading loyalty marketing company that differentiates themselves from most solution providers by having a mutually invested mentality and providing accessible expertise to all levels of their clients' organization. They deliver loyalty programs that reach more than 330 million consumers, and they're known for their deep brand partnerships, which makes sense today as they're here alongside VS & Co. to talk about the success with the VS and Pink Rewards program. Specifically, we have 2 leading loyalty market executives here. First, it's Chelsea Martin, who is the Loyalty Marketing Director at Victoria's Secret & Co. And also with her is Marie DeLeo, who is Director of Strategic Consulting at Kobie. Welcome to you both. Before we dive into things, let me first do some quick housekeeping. Also more formally introduce our guests in just another minute, and then we'll get started. So we'd like to keep today's webinar brisk and engaging. The plan is for our presenters to share their perspectives with us for about 20 to 25 minutes, after which we'll engage in Q&A for about 10 to 15 minutes. All in, we're looking at about 45 minutes in total of your time, and we do thank you for that. We have a fairly large audience today, and I've muted each of you to make sure that background noise is not a problem. You'll notice that there is a Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen, and we ask that you share your questions with us by using that channel. Our moderator and I will keep an eye on your questions, of course, and we'll keep as many as we can at the end and try to answer them all. That said, for any questions that we don't get to today, our panelists will take the time to respond in written form, and we'll include those thoughts of theirs when we send out a link to the webinar version that we'll publish later this week. Last but not least, if you have any follow-up thoughts for our presenters, you can send them to us at support@thewisemarketer.com, and we will certainly respond. But without further ado, let's get to introducing our guests for today. So, as I mentioned, Chelsea Martin is the Loyalty Marketing Director for Victoria's Secret & Co., and she leads the strategic planning for the VS and Pink Rewards program. She's also accountable for the integration of loyalty into the brand stories across all points of activation, whether that's web and social sites, physical stores, and all other marketing channels for the business. Chelsea has been with VS & Co. since 2015. She started with the Victoria's Secret credit card program. She's grown her career with the VS through several rebranding efforts, card benefit enhancements, and then more recently, the launch of a co-branded MasterCard product in April of 2022. Her scope expanded in June of 2023 with the launch of the multi-tender loyalty program that we'll be talking about today. Chelsea is out of New Albany, Ohio. I tried to dive into whether she's an actual Buckeyes fan, but it turns out that we share more in common with our enthusiasm for shoes. She is best known around the VS & Co. office for her shoe style, which I have so much mad respect for. Next, we have Marie DeLeo, who is the Director of Strategic Consulting with Kobie. Marie plays a pivotal role in developing innovative loyalty programs for her clients that are grounded in data-driven insights. That certainly plays to my own identity and heartstrings as well. Marie has dedicated her career to creating consumer-centric marketing and loyalty experiences, experiences that are proven to keep customers with brands and positively impact the brand's revenues through profitable customer actions and behaviors. Her experience with the financial service industry, supporting private label credit card and co-branded programs is quite incredibly rich. And she's consistently delivered visionary marketing and loyalty strategies for Kobie's clients that drive customer engagement through competitive and creative loyalty solutions. This is our team for today. And so now I'll turn it over to Chelsea to get us started. Chelsea, take it away.
Thanks, Erin. And hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to talk about loyalty, one of my personal favorite topics. So, where did this start for us? For VS & Co., we really launched in 2021, and our focus was really all about understanding the customer and who she is, what she wants from us, what she wants from the brand. And as Erin alluded to, our mission was all about supporting and uplifting women in everything we do. And for us, that wasn't just a mission statement, but we wanted that to come across in all of our programs and our offerings. At that time, our loyalty program consisted of the credit card program, and these are our highly engaged customers. And the program started back in 1994, so quite the legacy program that we had to build upon. But as the brand was, evolving, we knew that our loyalty ecosystem should also evolve, right? With that mission of supporting and uplifting women and meeting customers where they are, we wanted to make sure our program also supported that. We had heard from customers for years that they wanted, a loyalty program that was a little bit more expansive. And so it's been a long time coming, but our journey really started the last couple years as we set out to launch this multi-tender loyalty program that was more inclusive, that allowed customers, regardless of if they had a credit card with us, that gave them the opportunity to participate. So we started a pilot last year, and then we launched. For us and for anyone who is looking to launch a loyalty program, there's always challenges, especially doing anything new. And with us, we had several customer groups that we were trying to bring together, and that was really our biggest challenge. We had card members who had been with us for almost 30 years, and we wanted to make sure they were comfortable and they felt brought along for the journey. We also had a highly engaged Pink Nation customer, that was super app savvy and, loved what we offered there. So we wanted to make sure those two customer segments were happy, but that we also created room for more customers to come in as well. So we knew with these three unique audiences, we needed to create enticing benefits that everyone would love, but continue to drive that cross-channel shopping across both of our brands, VS and Pink. And it also gave the customer the opportunity to shop in the channel that she loves. Some customers love to go in stores, some customers like to shop in the digital channel, some like to do both, but we wanted to make it easy for her to do it with our loyalty program. Outside the customer, we knew we wanted to make sure that our operational complexities were solved. What do I mean by that? So we think about an executional platform, again, that's easy for the customer. The worst thing that you can do is, launch a program, and it's so difficult for the customer. We also needed to ensure that our data, we had data integrity. We were able to collect the customer data and capture that and make sure we're able to iterate on that. Also understanding in system integrations, right? We had several parties we had to bring together, and we wanted to do it in a seamless way that gave us one holistic view of the customer that helped us measure the success of the program, and as well as optimize should we need to. For VS, we knew it wasn't going to be easy, and so we had to enlist a partner, and we found Kobie. And with that, Marie, is going to share a little bit more around what we did together.
Yeah, and here at Kobie, we were so glad that Victoria's Secret wanted to partner with us. Consumer validation research is at the heart of what we do. We're very committed to the overall program strategy design process, but we know first and foremost how critical it is to know and understand your consumers. Chelsea outlined the key challenges that they were facing with their really dedicated card programs, their VS loyalists, their Pink shoppers, and then some of those ancillary groups of the cross shoppers and how to drive more there. Those are common groups that we see within a lot of different retailers, but what's different is the actual personification and behavioral makeup of each of those groups. To really build a program that was going to stick, that was going to drive the business forward and serve the needs of the customers, they just really needed to understand what they were up against. And so we employed two of our kind of critical consumer validation research tactics here at Kobie. The first is our proprietary emotional loyalty scoring. This really gets at the heart of what motivates your customers into loyalty. This is about measuring habit, status, and reciprocity, and then being able to quantify that in a way which allows you to draw insights of what's really propelling your members to engage with your brand. With that detail, we're able to construct a really holistic program benefit package that isn't just about rewards. It's about a lot of other benefits and experiences that are going to really enhance overall engagement to the brand. But then we're able to test this within live focus groups. We're able to put that program construct into live focus groups and be able to drive qualitative insights at quantitative scale. Not only are we force ranking different benefits and benefit packages, we're also collecting all of that qualitative insights that members are sharing with us real time. We're able to dive deeper into specific customer segments that VS and Pink were really interested in and make sure that we were really understanding what was going to motivate sign up and engagement with a loyalty program. So then with those key research initiatives, we partnered closely with VS and making sure that we were really aligned on what our objectives were. So for our emotional loyalty scoring, this was, again, first and foremost, targeting identification for those emotional loyalty drivers. Again, that habit, status, and reciprocity. Additionally, with that, we also wanted to assess their desired brand interaction. VS had a goal and a vision of one loyalty program, but would that work with their shoppers? We know that their cross shoppers are more valuable, but they do have dedicated loyalists who stay within the brands. Would they be receptive to one loyalty program? And then we also wanted to link back to brand attributes of style and body confidence. The loyalty program should always speak for the brand. And so everything that we're doing within the loyalty program should be an extension of that brand tone and positioning. So we wanted to understand, could we link back to that attributes and what does that look and feel like for her? Then from our key research objectives, we wanted to then be able to take that benefit construct that we put together after the emotional loyalty scoring, measure the appeal. We wanted to understand, would consumers like it? Would the members engage with it? We also wanted to measure the ease of understanding because we were building something that was really complex across multiple brands, was going to have exclusive cardholder benefits, was going to have multiple tiers to incentivize continued engagement with the program. We wanted to make sure that it was easy to understand, that members could intuitively understand the value that they would get out of it, that they knew how to engage with the program, and ultimately found that it would serve them in their overall shopping behavior and motivate them to buy more. So of course, they like it, they understand it. Would they actually buy more? Is it something that they saw that the incentives were valuable enough to drive incremental trips and spend? Lastly, VS is a highly innovative brand. And while they were putting out a new program, they didn't want to rely just on newness. They wanted to understand their overall innovation rating. They want to be industry leading within this program, and they wanted to understand how members and customers would perceive the program. Is it innovative? Is it forward thinking? Is it leading the industry? So armed with our objectives, we were able to clearly identify and articulate a format for how we are going to conduct the research through ELS and then through focus groups. And our findings were really critical in actually building the program construct that exists today. So for our ELS findings for that emotional loyalty score, we found that the majority of the VS customers were predominantly reciprocity driven. I don't think surprising given who the VS brand is, but overall, members and customers really want a gratification experience of a relationship build with their brand. They want the reciprocity to be there. They want to feel grateful for what they're receiving from the brand, and they want to continue to engage in that relationship. We also heard overwhelmingly that one program worked. They didn't need two. Regardless if they were a cross shopper or if they really stayed within one brand of VS or Pink, they wanted the option to earn at both, redeem at both, and hear about what was happening at the other brands. This was huge. And knowing that our cross shoppers are really, really valuable, knowing that we're identifying who's actually a VS shopper versus Pink and hearing that they still want one program, it's an opportunity then for us to build something in a way that's going to allow us to continue to try to drive more into cross shopping. And then thinking back to those brand attributes, there were a few things that really popped. We really heard and understood that it's about her style, not the style. VS really could serve a place here in helping the member and customer find her needs and her style versus really pushing forward what the style or the trends were at that moment. They wanted VS to fulfill that part of the relationship. Again, going back to that reciprocity. They want VS to deliver into the relationship how to help her find her style, what's going to fit her and suit her. Moving into the research, after we used all of that to construct a benefit package, we found what we put forward had really high, wide appeal across all segments. We saw that there was full understanding. In some cases, in some of the segments, there was 0% that rated anything confusing about the construct that was outlined. They all reported wanting to purchase more with it. Again, we put forward something that they saw as incentivizing in a way that would drive that incremental trips and incremental purchase to continue to unlock rewards or tiers or access. Lastly, really interestingly, we found that innovation for them was really conflated with appeal. The program was rated really high from an innovation perspective, but when we dove into the insights, it was really about the members saying that they liked the program. And I think this is really interesting for all of us on our side who are building these programs and putting them in place, whether from a group like Kobie or Chelsea at the brand. Innovation is really important, but it's not important to the members in the way that we think about it. It's still really important. We wanted to build a program that allowed for continued expansion of opportunity, but overall, all of that expansion and innovation needs to be things that the member likes and that are going to resonate with her.
So with that and everything Marie shared, we ultimately launched with a program that had an exciting value prop for the customer that gave her that reciprocity that she was looking for, but combined, the transactional and emotional benefits for the customer. For the program, customers can earn points every time they shop, and those points build into rewards. Marie mentioned as customers shop, they get to move through the tiers as well and increasing their benefit as they spend with us. We also offer other benefits like birthday, because who doesn't like to celebrate their birthday? Free shipping, and to keep things interesting, we also give little exclusive and fun interactive things throughout the year too. For that emotional loyalty piece, that's super important for our brand as well. We want to go beyond the transactional. We launched our community platform in our VS and Pink apps. This allows the customers to share tips and tricks with each other, find fashion inspiration for their style, talk about gifting, create different types of polls, but really a place for them to connect with one another, which again was super important for us. So for that, we launched our program in late 2023 in June, but we started with a small pilot in select markets in February. So after that few months of iterations, we launched nationwide with a full funnel takeover to create that broad awareness and excitement for the customer. So I guess you're probably wondering, what does the program look like? To be honest with you, I'm blown away by the success of the program thus far. We're not even, in the full first year of the program, and we're seeing explosive enrollment and activation rate. We know the customers had been asking for this for a while, so there could have been a little bit of pent-up demand, but with over 22 million enrolled, we're seeing super big success with them. And our average loyalty percent of weekly sales is 75%. So we're pretty confident that we created a successful loyalty program that customers love and are willing to engage with.
Yeah. And then in regards to some of the program behavior characteristics, we're continuing to track against benchmark within the industry. And so where we're at to date, we're seeing higher than industry standard redemption rate, which is a critical measurement for program success, as this was one of the big new factors that was integrated within the program rollout. And what we're seeing is that not only is it driving that redemption, it's driving it in a way that it's coming in off shopping cycle. So it's creating a lot of incrementality in regards to trip and spend because of the way that the consumers are engaging with the program. They're excited about the earn. They're excited about the redemption value that the certificates are supplying. They're getting in store and experiencing, how to continue to earn more and redeem more and engage with other attributes within the program.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's been such an incredible year for the program. We've been super excited to, partner with Marie and Kobie and, launch the success of this program. And we're pleased with the results so far, but we're not done just yet. We anticipate this successful momentum to continue. And so please stay tuned because we have plenty more in store for you guys and for our loyalists this year.
Yeah, and to continue to tease it up, as we talked about, it was really important for VS to understand their innovation score within their members. And as Chelsea just alluded to, there's so much more coming. And so we're really excited with the program that we've got in place today. And we just want to pose it to the group of, what are you waiting for? Scan to sign up and learn more and hear about what's coming next, because it's going to be even better than some of the stuff we have in place today, which is surprising to say, because what we have today is one of the best that we've designed thus far.
Great.
Chelsea, Marie, thank you so much. This has been very insightful in terms of what you've outlaid already, and congratulations on the early success. I know that it's going to continue. I actually have a specific question myself that I would love to ask, and it goes back into my background a little bit. So, what was the impact in terms of launching a multi-tender program on VS versus the original co-branded credit card? Like, for example, like, are the two programs marketed together, or are they independently? Did you start to cannibalize against some of your credit card portfolio? What was the impact?
Yeah, Aaron, that's a really great question. So far we haven't seen any impact, but we do continue to monitor it, knowing that the credit card program, is our legacy program and is so important. We don't want to alienate those customers. But truly, when we built the program, we wanted that integrated solution, right? So we wanted to ensure that card members were, maximizing the program and earning at the best rate. So for us, we are able to market them together because they build on each other. As a card member, you automatically get enrolled in the tier 2, right? So she's already seeing that value. She earns reward 2 times faster. So we are able to market that as a reason why you should join. Plus, she gets other benefits like 3 times points on bras, which is, a category that we obviously sell really well. And giving her additional items so she can see the value of being a card member. So definitely haven't seen the impact, but like I said, we'll continue to monitor.
And just a quick follow-on, because it relates to another question that came in through the funnel. Is the goal specifically to try and nudge non-cold holders to have that co-branded credit card, or do you see them as running side by side in parallel?
Yeah, I think there's definitely opportunity for customers who are non-card members to become card members. But for us, it was all about creating this inclusive loyalty program, right? So the credit card will be a great fit for some customers, and other customers don't want that. And we just wanted to create a place that they felt valued, even if they didn't want the card. So yeah, certainly there's an opportunity, but we understand that that's not for everybody.
Perfect. That's great. I'm kind of combining some questions as we go here through the chat, so that's great. I'll paraphrase this one because it combines 2 questions. In the presentation, you mentioned that you spoke with a number of consumer groups in your validation research, and that being reciprocity was a key driver over more traditional, quote unquote, status and habit components. What other, or were there any other surprising insights or things that you didn't anticipate that you found from the research?
Yeah, I can take this one. So there was a lot that was expected, but always good to be validated with research. And then there was things that popped a little bit more than others. So even though reciprocity was predominantly the attribute that members were gravitating towards in regards to that loyalty driver, we did see habit and status come in there as well, but it was always tied with reciprocity. So that's one thing about these loyalty drivers, is that we have the 3 distinct ones of habit, status, reciprocity, but not everyone is one or the other or the third. Sometimes they're a combination of 2, sometimes they're a combination of all 3. And so habit was consistent across all of the member groups, but then we did see status and habit in there, or reciprocity was consistent across all the member groups, but we did see status and habit in there, but again, always tied to reciprocity. And so that showed us that we need to lead with that relationship component and lead with who VS brand is at their core and extend that through the program, but then make sure to still have incentives for status and for habit to make sure that we are still serving those loyalty drivers within the program as well. I think some other things that were interesting, I know we touched on card as well. Within that research in specific, we found that card really had a lot of other motivators besides rewards and savings. And I think that's true to a lot of the core of who the BS cardholder is. They're very dedicated. And so it was really interesting to see, though, in the research that a lot of that dedication to them didn't mean that they wanted a discount back. They didn't equate their loyalty with then wanting a discount back from the brand. They wanted other kind of priority and access and exclusives that really showed a lot of that, again, reciprocity, right? What they want to feel grateful and valued within their relationship. So again, those were critical in kind of designing the different benefits that were exclusive to either card or to even tier. Those were the things that we saw in the research.
Very interesting. I might actually jump to a question that again combines something else with two questions that come in through the chat. Taking research insights and making them actionable isn't always easy. Were there issues with scaling your research insights into actionable deliverable benefits and experiences for the members? I guess the real question is like, how did you bring these to life for members? And do you have any advice on, how you educate your clients on the benefits package, and what were the ways that you measured this in some degree?
Yeah, this question comes from someone who's built programs before. So it's in some ways it's easy to get the insights and to build the package, right? And to envision the blue sky of what you could offer and how you're going to be industry leading and what you're going to give to your members. But then when it comes down to the actual execution, there's always challenges. I think predominantly one of the biggest ones is, of course, financial implications, right? We need to make something and put something in market that's going to drive the engagement and response we want, but is also going to drive any business KPIs that VS and Pink need to establish. And so from our partnership perspective, VS tapped into us to help with the financial modeling. So that was another service that Kobie provided as a part of our program strategy design process, where once we had kind of the benefit package solidified in regards to consumer research and could kind of measure that a bit, we backed it with data, and we backed it with really understanding what we in research sometimes say is that the say-do gap, right? So members say this in the research, will they do it? We take that member research and then we apply a lot of the data that we have access to and to say what's actually going to shake out in regards to performance. And then with the financial model, we're able to kind of, supply other additional costs and work with VS and Pink closely on making sure things are going to tie closely to their P&L, and that overall it's going to deliver incrementality to the business. So I think financial challenges are always, of course, one of the biggest ones. I think another one is execution. So again, can you do it? Can you actually put it in market and deliver it in a regular, reliable cadence for your members? And I think about this one with choice. So choice is something that's big in the loyalty space now. And within the VS research, choice was favored across all groups. Everyone wants access to choice. We knew we wanted to include it in a way that was going to be meaningful, but we needed to do it in a way that executionally and again, financially made sense. And so how we were able to develop that into the VS program is to use it as one of our tier 3 gold status benefits. And so those gold members have access to Pick a Perk, which is an offering where they get to flex into that choice. Which is a really, really fun kind of exclusive benefit offering that we're able to showcase for them.
Very good, very good. There are literally about 4 or 5 different questions that are coming through around the construct of community, because you did mention the development of a community for your customers. Everyone seems to be saying that this is a key part of their customer strategy these days. So first I'll list a few of them, and then you can pick which ones you choose to answer here. But what makes VS's unique in terms of their community? What are some of the key benefits to customers that the community brings to them? How are you keeping the community group on the app engaged? Last one is, are there any other emotional loyalty benefits that you've added or thinking of adding the next phase for your community members? It's a bit of a loaded question.
Yeah, there's a lot to answer there. So I mean, for us, again, that emotional loyalty was the key for us of launching the community platform. Within there, customers can really engage with each other, which that's kind of the whole point. Is we find that customers who love our brand, and we wanted to give them a platform to talk and connect and engage. So I think that in itself is a benefit for customers. They can also, to Marie's research and the things that they're wanting from us, they want to see different types of products and things that we have, but find their own style. And so here they can connect with other customers who have similar styles or like styles. They can talk about products of, this, I love this bra, it fits me here, and I wear it with, this type of shirt or this type of product. And that's a big benefit. For joining the program, the community, we give customers points, right? So we're calling them non-transactional points just for joining. So that in itself incentivizes her to be a part of the program because she can get even closer to the rewards. As far as the future state, or that question of how do we keep them engaged, so we do drop little giveaways and sweeps in the community. We do find that that drives customer engagement with their customers. And we've also understand that badging, so giving those customers who are really excited and who are super, enthusiastic and engaging, giving them a badge almost gives them a proud license to continue to talk and engage. And we're just finding that even that little piece of awarding a customer a badge, an official badge, gives her more engagement. So we're planning to continue that and even blow it out a little bit more with more spaces and things that customers are excited about.
That's great. I think that's pretty comprehensive for that list of questions that you had there. So well done, Chelsea.
Cool.
Um, let's continue with just a few more here. Yeah, you know, for me as a researcher, I know that it's very hard sometimes to get the organization on site with what your key objectives are and what the key research objectives are. So what other functions in the organization did you have to engage with to lead this research and make sure that it was above standard and had a methodology that, you know, provided the insights that would then allow you to push through to put the benefits in that you wanted in place into the program?
Yeah, so I can speak to this. So the customer insights team, first and foremost at VS was critical, right? So VS already is very attuned to who their member is and regularly conducts research and speaks to their customers regularly. And so we of course tapped into that team and leveraged their partnership. But way past that, as a part of the overall program strategy design process, we leverage key stakeholders across all of the business. This includes finance and analytics, all of the marketing heads from both VS and Pink, the existing loyalty members, store ops, because in those stakeholder interviews and in the alignment and goal setting that we can provide, we get so much rich insights from the different divisions. And there's so much intuitive understanding of who the customer is at those varying levels of support that then not only shapes the overall kind of program goals we have in place, it influences how we do research. A lot of times we get a lot of nuggets from groups that are unexpected in regards to, oh, there's something there, we should ask about that. And so our goal is always to provide research in a way that not only is going to influence and help us design a program, but that it's going to live on in perpetuity and better serve the VS and Pink business in total. There's so much rich analytics that can be gleaned from this type of research, and we want to conduct it in a way where it's going to serve all of those areas of the business and live on well past just the loyalty program, right? It can provide a lot of other support for ongoing initiatives, desired goals that those other areas of the business are looking to activate on.
That's great. Just maybe a couple more questions, and then we'll tie off to keep to the time commitment that we had with folks. There's a few questions around channels. Specifically, first, there's a comment of thank you very much for the informative presentation. So kudos. The question comes from your research. What was identified as the key motivator for membership sign up beyond discounts, and specifically, what channels did you use to market the program to achieve that 22 million in membership? But then also, what was the cadence around the channels that you're collecting your loyalty members through as well?
Yeah, I can take the first part of that question, Chelsea. So in regards to the desire for a benefit package outside of just rewards and points, we heard a lot about access, exclusivity, things of that nature that were really going to drive continued engagement with the brand. Very interestingly, in the research, we saw that they want to be recognized and rewarded also for things that weren't tied to transactions. And so this helped us also craft a really strong non-transactional earn opportunity here as well to continue to incentivize and reward for opportunity outside of transaction-based. And so we were able to really build a lot more than there was just an awarding for points for transaction. Maybe it was awarding for points, but outside of transaction, maybe it was exclusive access, sales access, priority access, emotional connection through birthday and anniversary offerings, and then continued kind of elevation of exclusives for tier as well as then for cardholders.
Very good. Any comments from you, Chelsea, to wrap up?
Yeah. So I was just going to tap into the, how or where are we marketing the program? So for us, it's in both stores and digital. For digital, we're trying to hit her when she comes to the website, right? So we have different pop-ups throughout her journey, just to know that, if you're part of the loyalty program, you get more. You can get rewarded just for making that purchase today. We do market in stores. We have some signage, but really we have awesome store associates who can speak to the program and also get customers really excited about the benefits that they're going to get just for shopping today. In terms of frequency, it really depends on the customer life cycle, right? We don't want to over inundate her where she's just sick of seeing it, but we want to meet her where she is, right? I mean, if we're all marketers, we know, right? There's that challenge of you want to talk to her, but not too much. So for us, we really rely on the customer life cycle to kind of help us identify the appropriate times to speak to her.
That's perfect. And maybe we'll give you the last word as we wrap up because we're just coming on the time commitment. There are a few other questions. So as I said, we will make sure to answer those when we send out the webinar after this, and so that you have that for your records as well too. I want to say thank you to the two of you, and look for more of the webinar CRMC webinar series with the Wise Marketer to come, with great brands such as Victoria's Secret and Pink Rewards Program and great providers such as Kobie. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Thank you.